in one corner of the room, then we can smell it in the another room or in the another corner. Why it is so? This is so because the particles of the matter are in random motion. If they are not in random motion, then we cannot smell the incense stick in the another corner. It means we can smell incense stick in another corner of the room because the matter of particles, the particles of the matter are in random motion. Let us discuss. When we burn an incense stick in one corner of the room, then we can smell it in the another corner. Why it is so? Because the fumes of the incense sticks, they are in random motion. That's why we can smell it in the another corner. Let us understand this statement by another activity. We will take a beaker, pour some water into it. After that, we will add one piece of CuSO4, copper sulfate. When we add, it settles down. But after certain time, what we observe, slowly and slowly the water turns blue. Why this is so? This is so because the crystal of the copper sulfate which we have added, it is in random motion, and when it is in random motion, they are in constant motion. They slowly and slowly disperse throughout the solution, that is throughout the water. This activity also shows that the matter, the particles of the matter are in random motion. Discuss it again. We will take a beaker, fill it with water, then add crystal of copper sulfate. On addition of crystal of copper sulfate, we saw after certain time the solution turns blue. This is so because the particles of the matter are in random motion. Clear? To the next. Let us discuss the next point, that the particles of the matter attract each other. How we can justify? We can justify by taking a number of examples. In order to break a wood, in order to break a chalk, in order to break anything, it requires force. Why it requires force? Because if you want to break a chalk, it requires force because the particles of the chalk attract each other. They have a force of attraction in between them. That's why it needs a force to break it, to separate the molecule. If you want to break the iron rod, it means the particles of the iron rod are clinged together by a force of attraction. And it requires force to separate them, to apart them. That means by a number of observations, we can see the particles of the matter attract each other. We know in case of solid state, the particles are closely packed, they are closer to each other. And if they are closer to each other, then they have a strong force of attraction. Whereas in case of liquid state, they are somewhat far apart in comparison to solid state. That's why they have lesser force of attraction and require lesser force to apart them. In case of gaseous state, they have least and least force of attraction. That's why they are free to move and they have least force of attraction. So the next, if you have a question in your mind that why we can jump inside the water, we can move inside the air, but we can't move inside the solid. Why this is so? This is so because in case of solid, we can't move inside the solid. We can't jump inside a log of wood. Why it is so? Because the particles of the solids are closely packed. They have a stronger force of attraction. And if they have a stronger force of attraction, they cannot be separated easily. And if they can't be separated easily, we can't jump inside into it. Whereas we can jump inside the water. Why it is so? Because the particles of the water have somewhat lesser force of attraction in comparison to solid. That's why we can jump into it. But in case we move easily in the presence of air, why it is so? Because this shows that the particles of the air have least force of attraction. By this observation, we can observe that the particles of the solid have strong force of attraction, whereas the liquid has lesser force of attraction in comparison to solid, and the gaseous has least force of attraction in comparison to solid and liquid. Clear? Let us discuss the next topic, that is rigid and fluid. The first one, rigid. Rigid, it means unbending or inflexible. Rigid, it means unbending or inflexible. It means that cannot be bent. That is known as rigid. In case of solid state, the molecules are compactly packed and they have a strong force of attraction. Therefore, it is quite difficult to bend them, or we can say they are inflexible. It means solid state, the molecules, or you can say particles, are compactly packed and have stronger force of attraction and have stronger force of attraction. Therefore, they are unbending or inflexible. So the next, we will discuss fluid. We have two examples, that is liquid, and the next one, gas. Why is this? Because fluid means they have tendency to flow. Why they can flow? Because their molecule have weaker force of attraction in comparison to solid. Clear? They have weaker force of attraction, that's why they can flow. Clear? Let us classify the matter. We know based on the physical property Matter is classified into solid, liquid and gas. It is classified into the first one solid and the next one gas. Let us discuss their characteristics. The first one that we know, the solid. Solid has fixed mass. It has fixed mass. Volume and shape. No, in case of solid, the molecules are compactly packed and having a strong force of attraction. Therefore, it has fixed mass together with fixed volume and shape. Whereas in case of liquid, to the next we will discuss the first one solid, then liquid, then gas. To the next, in case of solid, the molecules have least interparticle space. It means they have least spaces in between their particles. In case of solid, they have least interparticle space. Or we can say they are compactly packed, or they are compactly packed, as you can see here. Clear? When they are compactly packed, then they have least interparticle space. If we discuss the force of attraction, when they are compactly packed, then the particles have stronger force of attraction. The next one, they have strong force of attraction between the particles. Because they are compactly packed. To the next, if they have a stronger force of attraction, then they will not flow. It means the next one, they cannot flow. If they can't flow, then they will not fill the container in which they are kept. The next one, they cannot flow, they cannot fill the container in which they are kept. To the next, we know if they have least interparticle space, they cannot be compressed. It means the next one, they cannot be compressed. Clear? To the next, if the molecules in case of solid are compactly packed, then they should have high density. They have high density. You know density? Density D is equals to mass by volume. It means if in case of solid we have greater mass in a definite volume. To the next, we will discuss the liquid state. We know in case of liquid state, the volume is fixed. It means it has fixed volume, but not fixed size. Why it has not fixed? Because their molecule have not appreciable force of attraction. If we have a liter of water in a container and when it is poured in another container, then it takes the shape of another container. In which it means the liquid takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. The first one, what we know, in case of liquid state, they have fixed volume but not fixed shape. It takes the shape of container in which it is kept. To the next. We know in case of liquid state, they have somewhat greater interparticle space in comparison to solid. They have somewhat greater interparticle space in comparison to solid. It means they have greater interparticle space. Let us see like this. If these are the molecules of the liquid, let us compare. What we see here, in comparison to solid, they have greater interparticle space. And if they have greater interparticle space, then they have somewhat lesser force of attraction between the particle in comparison to solid. They have somewhat lesser force of attraction between particle in comparison to solid. To the next, we know if they have weaker force, then they can float. The next point is that they can float. To the next, if they can float, they have appreciable force, therefore they will not fill the container. It means their particle have appreciable force of attraction, therefore they will not fill the container. To the next, they have less interparticle space in comparison to liquid gases and greater interparticle space in comparison to solid. Therefore, they cannot be compressed. They cannot be compressed. To the next, they have lesser density because their molecule are less compactly compact in comparison to solid. But it has more compactly compact in comparison to gas. That's why they have lesser density in comparison to solid. Then, if they have weak force of attraction, then they have random motion. In case of liquid state, they have random motion. In case of solid state, the molecules are fixed at a place and they have only and only vibration motion. In case of solid, they have vibration motion. Let us discuss the gas state. In case of gas state, they have neither fixed volume nor fixed C. They have not fixed volume nor fixed C. What is so? Because the force of attraction between the gaseous molecule is very, very less, that we call it as least. The next, they have least force of attraction. Let us see gaseous particles. They are far apart in comparison to solid and liquid. To the next, they have least force of attraction. They have greater interparticle space. The next, you see, they have greater interparticle space. They have, therefore, if they have greater interparticle space, they have lesser force of attraction, they can float. To the next, fourth, fifth, they have least force of attraction, therefore they can fill the container in which it is stacked. To the next, we know they have greater interparticle space, it means they can be compressed. The sixth one, they can be compressed. To the next, if they have weaker force of attraction, it means there will not be force of attraction between the particles or gases, or least force of attraction, they have random motion. They have random